everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack, and today we've got a LEGO Ninjago collection for you. This is every Lloyd minifigure ever made. This collection totals 21 different minifigs, slightly less than the average Ninja, and that's because Lloyd has a bit of a different history compared to some of the other guys. I'm going to be going through this collection chronologically from when they came out, what sets they came out in, and how much these guys are worth now. And let's start off with the first Lloyd, Young Lloyd, in 2012. He's a decently common fig, having come out in 3 different sets, one being the Rattlecopter and the Fangpire Wrecking Ball, and he also just had his own poly bag. The detailing on him is relatively simple. You can see some outlines for what look like ribs. There's a number 5, a little sash, and this Lloyd comes with 2 different expressions, which is the case for all of the versions of this guy from this year. He's a $7 fig, and this is basically the only version of Lloyd that isn't the Green Ninja. Now here's the first version of him as the Green Ninja. He appeared in the set Lloyd ZX, well this is Lloyd ZX, and in the set Epic Dragon Battle. Personally, I like the detailing on the armor here, and in general I like Lloyd's armor detailing a little bit more than the other ninjas. It feels a little bit cleaner and just looks a little bit more creative as well. And there's one more thing interesting to note about this guy, and that is that his cowl has a slightly sort of speckled silver print in the front, while when you look at the other ninjas, it doesn't have that sort of spotted detailing. He is a $4 fig, and then this black kimono Lloyd, also ZX Lloyd, came out in the Ninjago character hardcover. The detailing here is pretty darn similar to what we got for pretty much all the different versions of the kimono ninjas, and this is one of the more expensive Lloyds out there, coming in at $10. Now 2013 comes out with just one special version of the character, and he's probably one of my favorite Ninjago minifigs out there. This is the Golden Ninja Lloyd. If you look closely, you can see that the detailing is pretty much the same or extremely similar to that of the black kimono Lloyd just before, except for, of course, the entire body is molded in the pearl gold. The expression on his face has changed to a single smirk. This is something I don't think we actually see again for the character, and he is definitely just one of the most unique guys for the Ninjago line out there. He came out in the Golden Dragon set as well as the Temple of Light, plus I think a Dimension set, and he is about $9. Now jumping up to 2014, we get 4 new Lloyds. Well, sort of 3, at least 3 new printings. This first guy is Lloyd Rebooted, and this is I think my favorite detailing for any of the rebooted prints that we got for the characters. I like the sort of split design that goes through on either side, and with the golden wrapping in the center, it looks like the body is sort of sectioned out into 3 nicely detailed areas. This is the first time we get a look at Lloyd's hairpiece as well, and the expression he has on his face right now is pretty much the standard expression we're going to always have for Lloyd moving here forward, which is interesting because his beginning character had alternate expressions, and now he's just moved to a single expression character. This $4 fig appeared in the Nindroid Mech Dragon set, and then a slightly different version of him, also $4, appeared in the Overborg Attack set. I think the only difference is, yeah, he has that extra pearl gold armor for his shoulders. And then this one is always sort of a fan favorite. This is the Stone Armor Lloyd. He came out in the set Battle for Ninjago City. Now there is another version of him that also had this same print. So technically the only thing truly exclusive to this character is the fact that he comes with silver shoulder armor. And at the moment, a new version of this Stone Armor Lloyd goes for $5. The last fig of 2014 is a really nice one. This is Lloyd DX, or the Dragon Suit Lloyd. It's interesting, a lot of the other Dragon Suit prints showed up around 2012, I think, but it's nice that they gave Lloyd a version of this suit as well. He came out in the minifigure gift set. I think that was like a Target exclusive, and they kept the printing details pretty darn similar to what the other versions of the Dragon suits look like. This Lloyd also comes with a smirk on his face, not the sort of initial kind of mean frowny face, and he is not only the most expensive of any of the Lloyds, he is one of the most expensive ninjas out there, coming in at $14 brand new. Now jumping up to the next year, we get yet again another 4 new prints for the character, and each print is actually unique to the guy. No repeats with just different armor pieces. This first one is Tournament Lloyd, also sometimes called Sleeveless Lloyd. He came out in the Jungle Raider set, and he sells for $5. Pretty much the detailing on this body is almost exactly the same as just about all the other tournament versions of the characters. Now we have Knee Pads Lloyd, or Zukin Lloyd, depending on how you want to call him. Also, the print here is very similar to what the other characters have have. Usually there's a slightly different weapon kind of tucked into that upper belt. They each have a special print on their cowl, and generally speaking, I think green contrasts pretty well with this light nougaty brown that makes up the straps on the body. He came out in the Enter the Serpent set. He is $4, and this next guy is definitely one of my favorite ninja characters as well. This is the Evil Green Ninja. The detailing on his body shows the sort of corrupted deep stone armor that he was wearing when he got turned. And then I think the best version of this guy is the combination of the two molds that go on both his chest and then the extra cowl piece that matches up there. When they're both layered on top of each other, it makes for a wonderful effect. It looks very intimidating, and the figure feels really complete with the sort of corrupted expression that we get from Lloyd's face. You can definitely see it's sort of recognizable to the character. And anyways, he came out in these sets City of Styx and Attack of the Moro Dragon. He is $5, and then I sort of kind of went out of order. This is the Deep Stone Armor Lloyd, which is actually the armor that was corrupted that you just saw before from the last one. The print here is almost identical to what all the Deep Stone armor looks like for all the different characters. And the only other major thing to point out about this guy is that we now have a cowl that is both black and green. This Lloyd appeared in the final fight of Destiny's Bounty set, as well as the Temple of Air Jitsu, and he sells for $5. Also, I made a slight mistake. There is one more Lloyd that came out for this year, and he's actually a repeat for the Stone Armor Lloyd that we got from 2014. This time he does feel a little bit more complete because he has a corresponding print on his legs that matches up with the stone armor on the top. The original guy didn't have any printing on his legs, but this guy doesn't have the extra silver armor piece, so I guess they're both lacking in some way. Well, it doesn't really matter. This guy came from a build your own adventure book and sells for $6 brand new. All right, now let's jump up to the year 2016, and let's start off by looking at the Skybound Lloyds because they make up half of the new figs. This first one we're looking at here came from the Sky Shark set. He is $4, and he's got the pretty standard print that makes up the Skybound guys. There's the tornado design that is on the chest, and actually the leg print is exactly the same as the Deep Stone armor. Personally, not a big fan of this design. Here is a Lloyd that came from the green NRG Dragon set. Also $4. The difference is, of course, he just has hair and a face mask. And then this Lloyd is a little bit cooler because, well, the print I'm not so fond of is covered up by this larger black armor piece. And that just makes him look a little bit cooler, a little bit more complete, and he appeared in the set Misfortune's Keep and sells for about $3.50. Here is the Junior's Lloyd, or what I like to call the spare part ninja. He's got the rebooted armor and one of the earlier cowl pieces. I think there were just extra parts. Anyways, he came out in the Lost Temple set, also sells for about $3.50. And then we get this Lloyd from the Samurai X Cave Chaos. The detailing here is reminiscent of what a lot of the early ninjas had for when they were first released, though Lloyd never actually had that print for him, so he only gets the updated version. It looks decent enough, but I definitely think the best improvement is the cowl is now between dark green and regular green. Just makes the cowl look a little bit nicer altogether. He sells for $7, and then this is the last Lloyd of 2016. A very unique guy. This is Air Jitsu Lloyd, and pretty much the detailing for this guy and all the different versions of the ninjas are almost exactly the same, of course, minus their symbols and their color combination. Personally, I don't think the energy lightning stuff looks that great on a totally black body and then just having the green arms. Maybe a subtle difference of maybe dark green arms would have looked a little bit nicer. I don't know. For some reason, these prints never really sit that well with me. But anyways, he did come out in the Air Jitsu Battleground set. He sells for $5, and these are the last two guys from 2017. The Hands of Time prints, I think, are the best ones so far for the Ninja Figs. I think switching the base color of the body to the darker green and having lighter green highlights looks better, and I mean, that is the case for all the different prime colors of the ninjas. Just a fun combination of armor colors, some reflective highlighting details, and that dark green cowl also looks better. This guy came out in the Destiny's Shadow set. He sells for $5. And then Lloyd with the black armor, essentially that's the only difference, came out in Dawn of Iron Doom and sells for $6. So there it is. This is all of the Lloyds all together. That is 21 different guys. If I had to get any version of another Lloyd character in the future, it would be awesome to get the Golden Ninja, but in actual chrome gold. But personally, I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing how they portray this guy in all of his different forms from the Ninjago movie. And also, if you have any ideas about a collection video that you might want to see in the future, please let me know in the comment section below. All right, that's it for this episode, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.
Bye.